Hello everyone, greetings. Oh yeah, I forgot. We're going to this one instead. Alright, as I set everything up. Yeah, this is a big deal. What's going on today? What's happening in Singapore? You wonder where the aliens are. They're in Singapore, of course they're everywhere. And there is ads galore on this. Yeah, this is huge. This is, you know, our transition. As our world finds more peace, we will connect to the unknown. I don't want to sound too preachy, but it's true. It's going to be a short connection, kind of keep things kind of, yeah, just keep it on the low bar. I've been going and going. I gotta slow down. So this is going to be one of those. Especially nobody's pushing on me to bring in a message, which is good. We got plenty of time for that, for other stuff. Yeah, for this summit, yeah, it's a transition. And I'm going to be going into more of a disclosure type of I know I've been doing, oh that's right, I forgot Reptilian Awareness Month and Zeta Awareness Month and all of that. Just, we're working on that. Oh jeez, I'm really backed up on that, alright. Well, we're in Disclosure Awareness year, so I guess we're just going to switch into that. Yeah, we're going to go into more of, about, was it over a year ago, I said that, or something around that, be like 2,000 years before humanity will wake up. It's like, the way it's looking, well at this state, it's a high possibility, but of course I've done a 180 recently, and the idea, the connections between us and the alien world is becoming more and more likely. From what I feel, at least. I mean, I've been getting messages, and I don't think I'm being tricked or anything. I'm not feeling that. They're not saying, hey, come over and stand here for 2 hours, wait for a ship to show up, or something like that. It's nothing like that. It's just that the likelihood, I guess you can say I'm getting, and I'm not the only one here probably, it's probably others. The likelihood of this, alien visitation happening worldwide, at least in some shape or form, becoming more and more likely. Yes, there might be some hysteria, but how long can that last? I mean, you're going to get over it eventually. It's not like they're showing up in your house or something like that. Well, eventually they will. I mean, they technically already are, but... yeah, we're going into that. It feels like we're going more into that. We're going into that stage. I mean, it's like, talk about a simplistic way of looking at things, and there's nothing wrong with that. Basically, message here in this channel is basically disclosure. They're here, obviously, and they're going to make themselves more known. How they're going to do it, it's still unknown, but I guess I'm getting like images of how they're going to bring it about. But the mass hysteria, I feel like, yeah, there's going to be stages of that. There'll also be stages of just wonderment. And also, look, we're back to the old age of the ancient times. And some people are going to remember that. You know, you'll get thoughts, ideas, your guides are going to work with you also to calm down. Some are just going to be nuts because they want attention or whatever it might be, or they just can't handle anything. But for the most part, I believe the world will be able to adjust over time. Of how an alien disclosure, not by government, but by them appearing somewhere, somehow, some way, making themselves known. And I don't know how they're going to do it. July is a possibility of it. Now, recently I started doing a juice diet, which I've been thinking about for a while, and now I'm starting to do it, so it's kind of weird how I'm doing it in June. And in July you have the new, you know, so that's kind of interesting. I'm doing like a juice. I'm basically drinking dinner. It's a mean green right now, then I'll change it around. I haven't done a video on that. I wasn't sure if I was going to mention it, but I'll go into that some other day. Of what I'm, basically it's just I found it on YouTube basically. Or it's Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. That's where I got it from. I did this about a couple of years ago. 4 before I did this, all the stress of this is like, I can't do it. And it's funny that, you know, now I'm doing the juice diet, and now it's leading into July, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, I feel like what I'm getting is like a realization that when they appear, we'll be able to adjust to it. I wouldn't say rapidly, but we will adjust to it. And then over time, we'll just how that's going to work, I have no idea. When they make their appearance is when we'll figure it out after that. Getting from not having them around to having aliens here, and they'll be Nordic beings. They'll look like us. There's no way they'll have a mantis being or anything. It's too much. Just having an alien being on a ship show up, and it's not going to be the government, because I believe they shut that down. The government, yes, have thought about doing invasions and stuff, yes, but I believe they're going to use mostly insectoids for that, or even grays. But I feel more insectoids, but that's been stopped from what I'm gathering right now. Our main focus is basically when they do appear, we don't lose our minds, and most that are already aware of this won't. We'd be surprised how many that are connected to spirituality are not ready for this. But from what I feel, that there'll be adjustments made, just like energy-wise or spiritually-wise, where people will be able to handle it. You know, some people are just going to be going nuts because they're just historical. They're just You're just nuts. You can't get around that. But I believe their visitation, because look, North Korea. Who saw North Korea coming? Nobody. There's a volcanic situation in Malaysia that's not even covered by the media. I don't watch the media that much. But it's far worse than Hawaii. Not even mentioned. So, with this alien visitation, I believe it will hit the media. They can't ignore it. Whatever it's, however it's going to, because of course they've been ignoring a lot of sightings around, of course, their control media. But they won't be able to ignore it. Whatever is being planned, they're not going to be able to ignore it. Somehow, some way, it's going to be in a way where they can't. The mainstream media will collapse eventually. It's going to be a slow death. They're already going through it right now. More of the alternative probably will take over. Definitely, I don't know why you would want to be a part of the news to begin with, but that's okay. Well, to bring out truth, and that is good, of course. Because with all that negativity, it can make you sick. You're talking about news all the time, it can make you ill. So it's best to, well, do whatever you want to do what you got to do. But yeah, where Earth is going through a transition, and the alien connection becoming more and more likely from what I'm getting. How they're going to do it is still up in the air, of course. But it's like, it feels like the air is changing, the vibrations are shifting, where mass hysteria, there'll be some, but also will adjust. So I have no clue how they're going to go about it. But it won't be ignored by the media. They'll have their message out to also who they are. It won't be just a channel message. It'll be a message of some shape or form. Or maybe it will be a channel. I don't know how they're going to do it. But we will know who they are. And it will get world coverage somehow when that occurs. Is it July? Who knows? Might be a build-up. July will be a build-up for it. Who knows? But definitely July is like a month. Now this is the warm-up month from what I'm feeling. It's like we're gearing up for some kind of, I want to call it the event. It just sounds so manufactured when you say it, the event. It's just, whatever it might be. But anyway, alien visitation seems to become more and more likely from what I'm feeling. Of course, some are going to have difficulties to adjust to it. They might show up and then disappear, and show up again to disappear. It's probably likely until we get used to our vibrations. Who knows? Eventually they'll be here permanently within our cultures. They are working up towards that. Places like Egypt also, there's a lot of course, I don't know history that well, but I don't believe Baghdad during the 2003 Iraq War, or before it happened, I don't believe Saddam Hussein was sending missiles out to other countries like what North Korea was doing. And now in North Korea, they're talking about putting in a McDonald's, which is not the best thing, but at least it's something. Nothing wrong with diabetes, but at least the people that are starving there will at least have something to eat. It's not going to be perfect, obviously. But Iraq is not exactly what we call a tourist destination. Because it is historic. It is Babylon. It is a place that they don't want anybody there. They're going to keep it hostile as long as they can. They can make it friendly. They ain't going to do that. So find that funny. Why isn't Iraq? Why can't we go to Iraq? Why isn't that a very friendly place for us to build a McDonald's and go there for a weekend, like you have in Dubai? Yeah, because there's a lot of there's just so much ancient energies there. They don't want people obviously anywhere near it. It is also an activation zone of basically of, you can say, of the darkness, but not entirely. There is positives there also. This is where I believe the Arab world is where all the galactic wars are really happening. Not, and of course, it's happening all around the world, but the Arab world is very, it's a hot spot. All of it. Like Qatar, I'm not sure if Qatar is going through anything, but Yemen definitely, and Syria, and on and on. But not to say when the aliens do appear, everything's going to get perfect. Far from it. But when they do appear, when they do be part of our society, eventually we got to adjust to it, of course. And I mean, didn't see North Korea coming, and now that's happening in our lifetime. So alien visitation seems to be becoming more and more likely, at least from what I feel. So nothing to be afraid of. Some are going to be afraid because they're, I don't understand this. Well, there's nothing to be. I mean, how can you be afraid? I mean, you're afraid of things you don't understand, or I wouldn't worry and just, yeah, there's going to be some people that are going to go nuts. Well, that's why I'm here to say don't do that. So they do come in peace. Now, others here that aren't here in peace, but they'll make their appearance eventually. That would be awesome. See that. To see reptilians and insectoids running around here would be just a Kodak moment. That's for damn sure. One thing is seeing aliens that look like us, but to see aliens that look weird would be freaking great. Of course, there might be people running like crazy, but it'll still be a great shot. Of course, that sucks, but you know, it's still, we're going to I mean, I'm going through an adjustment of basically, I'm getting like visions, or at least a feeling of way things are. Basically, I just feel that there'll just be a comfort zone and a comfort energy sending out. Let's put it that way. That we are here, we're here. It might be just a telepathic message, but once again, it feels like it will be a newsworthy around the world in some shape or form. They will be making more visitations. Of course, people that aren't connected to the metaphysics are going to be screaming and freaking out and calling, oh, it's only darkness, da 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 da, the usual. Yet we use alien technology every day. We use, you know, where does the soul come from? Comes from spirit. People don't recognize that. I mean, yada yada yada. So we got a lot of warning to go through worldwide. But I feel is that we are going, you know, I mean, it's funny, this whole thing with North Korea is in June, and yet the feeling I had no idea this was going to happen in June, and yet July I still feel something. Isn't that weird? It's weird. I mean, it's just weird, you know, because peace is a big part of the visitation, alien visitation. Is us getting over ourselves, basically. Old ways of our ways. People are crying about the next depression, World War III. I mean, all just it's like it's like the Twilight Zone. It's like that's not going to happen, and getting that word out is kind of difficult. So they don't know any better yet. The manipulations. It's just old guard isn't going to return. How the negative reptilians, how this is all, I mean, a lot of them are being removed, or a lot of them are becoming more positive. Of course, it's not just them, there's others. But the adjustment is here. And those that are aware of this, we might not understand everything, have all the answers, can't save the world. We can bring a positivity to, there's no reason to panic. Let's put it that way. There's no reason to panic, because there's obviously going to be panic. But you know, this world doesn't make anything easy. I mean, without alien intervention, when is this world going to really, change? We need something. We need some kind of assistance of some kind. Obviously, we can do the work if we had some help, because at least that's from my perspective. Let's get more understanding or whatever it might be, because hard-headedness on the world, I mean, it's just, the media isn't helping much, and it's just a nightmare here. So there's a couple other things here, if I can get it to work. Okay, we have this, and this I don't think I have not brought this up. Cuba doesn't know what happened to the latest U.S. embassy worker to fall ill in some sonic sickness probe. Basically, that I believe it was a U.S. embassy. I forget exactly. Yeah, U.S. embassy. Yeah, that's it. I just read that. A lot of people in Cuba got sick, and they don't know why. And also, it happened in China. And it can say it's connected to the cabal. U.S. embassy warns Americans in China about mysterious sonic illness. So this is just another manipulation that's happening. Basically, the Earth's transitioning. They're not giving me a full. I don't know if I want to tap into this, but honestly. But the positive is working. But yeah, it is being kind of sabotaged in some ways. So I don't think positive. Those trying to assist humanity would be poisoning people. So yeah, there's a secret wars going on, you can say. Of course, this has not hit the mainstream. I seriously doubt it. I think some of it has, at least with Cuba, but yeah, it's just what's the shadow government, whatever is going on. China, China's going through, some are saying, China's, against the American war machine, which makes sense, where they have their, it's just a back and forth between America and China. Eventually, that will make more of a peace, eventually. Well, North Korea is a sign of that, too. So it's kind of funny how this happened right before that, or some around that time. So it's not to say things are going to be perfect. Obviously not. We don't make anything easy on this world, but I believe we are going to more of a peacetime, little by little by little. So yeah, it's good. It's good vibrations. Pat yourself on the back. But yeah, we got a long way to go, obviously. But yeah, basically the idea of alien visitation, from what I feel, is coming more and more likely. And I mean, even today, kind of, at least before I made this video, I feel more of a likelihood of at least seeing them here and there. We'll see how that goes. I mean, not just through your third eye. I mean, actually feeling their presence here. So, at least I got some of that. So, for those that are new to all this, oh yeah, I just did a video about how to channel. Private sessions, and the video before this, this is a calendar for private sessions, but also how to channel. Will take you to the calendar here, the same calendar. I'm not sure what's going on here. Well, it doesn't matter. But this is the same calendar as to schedule. It just basically goes into my availability to learn how to channel. I'll go back to that in a second. Unless you have questions, I'm about 7 days behind, about 6 days. A long day at work, and I have no energy at the point, so I figured I'd do a video and get my energy back. It's also have Spirit Social. We have questions here, and also spiritual healers I would definitely recommend. Also have the Patreon if you want to support the channel, and I think I need to do an adjustment here, but it's not like anyone's running towards it, but that's okay. We also have the social network. Thank you for posting there. I'm just trying to make a quick run through, and also have the Jake comic, and he's going to go into worlds that I want to spoil at this moment. Oh yeah, how to channel. Basically, it's basically an hour session for $50 an hour, and just basically no guarantees you'll make a full connection, but you never know. Basically, connect you to your guides and bring a between you and the being, allow the being to connect with you to come through to bring a message. So I can, if you would like, you can schedule that. I'll bring you other options to schedule that, but it's basically, yeah, it's one-on-one. You can always have other people there if you want. How many you want, that's fine. I'm not sure how much you get done with that, but either way, it's just a one-on-one for the most part. At least on my side, I'll be the only one here. If you want to invite others, more than happy. Of course, with private session, you can do the same too. You bring others with that. Also, but with the channeling, I might be able to break through. Hopefully, it's always bring somebody through for you to do it. I hope you do it. That's not. I'll send you energy to make it happen, but it's all about you opening yourself up. Not everybody is meant to channel, but you never know. It's consciously. Everybody can channel consciously. I believe so. It works for your intuition. You just gotta trust it. I think so. Just thoughts, images that come to mind. That's all channeling. So it's just you trusting it, and there's a lot more to it than that. But definitely, and we're going in a time of awareness. We're basically, I mean, with North Korea healing. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. I mean, you're going to put McDonald's on every corner of the place. Okay, it's got a long ways to go, but oh well. Now, if McDonald's will start serving good food, that would show we're going through ascension. Ascension, yeah. You know, yeah, it's pretty much all junk food, but you know, whatever works for you. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to. I mean, it's not. Things aren't going to be easy. Definitely, especially with alien visitation here. Obviously, that's not going to be easy. A lot of people are going to be like having heart attacks and just like, this is fucked up. I mean, not to say that's going to happen in July, but who knows? Who knows? But it does seem like we're getting more and more likely to connect with that. It's just, it's good. It's good vibrations. Just do a prayer. And the reason I'm talking about this, and it's going to go through not every single message I bring through here, but it's just the vibrations of allowing more of that, the possibility of it coming through. Because everyone individually can connect in some shape or form, and you already know your role here as a galactic being to assist humanity. You just need to be activated or whatever it might be. Of course, most of humanity would be laughing. It's like, whatever. But yet they watch this stuff on Netflix and they feel like they have no power. We're just a bunch of slaves, basically. And we are. Everyone has a television in their house. It's like a slavery type of thing, isn't it? It's just an economic slavery. So the idea is eventually that will go. Eventually, I don't see a. Yeah, that's the thing. Was it Bill Maher said that he's a comedian, a Democrat? He said he would rather see the economy crash and watch Trump lose. It's like the economy is doing better. Trump is here to bring a positive, peace, basically. It's not perfect, but you have Syria. It's not perfect, but nobody's perfect. There is always going to be something, Stormy Daniels and all that. It's nothing's perfect, but I believe he is, for the most part, here to bring peace in some shape or form. Yeah, as for with the embassy in Israel, that wasn't very peaceful. I'm not sure what that was about, but nothing's perfect. Or was it Jerusalem? I forget. What, either way. Yeah. So we have long ways to go. Yeah, not to say everything's going to be peaceful, not to say that Trump's a perfect person. He's obviously got his flaws. There's a lot of cabal energies that are not exactly the most positive, but still, I mean, North Korea happened and much more to come. Who knows? Probably best we don't know. Makes it more fun. But it's great to see that North Korea is going through a healing phase. And yes, there are aliens, and if you wonder where the aliens are, they're in Singapore. Of course, they're everywhere, but Singapore has a high energy there. They're not exactly, they're bringing influence and positivity, of course. Of course, there's others that are causing difficulties, as you can know, with the media. Media is so easy to control. It's just so gross. The media, I mean, the mainstream media is, jeez. If they can only look at themselves, well, they do in astral, and they're probably just like, I don't know, oh well, it's hard to make a buck these days. But eventually they'll see what they're dishing out. I mean, some of it's positive, but a lot of it's just treason. It should be. But yeah, that's pretty much our mainstream media is pretty much Big Brother. So you're wondering how all that, yeah, Big Brother, it's pretty much it. Tells people how to think and all that. It's all Big Brother. It just makes you think you have freedom, but not really. So, but once again, as for alien visitation, as for what they're going to do here, we'll find out. But the likelihood of it's basically just many are feeling this on their own. You don't have to feel like I'm forcing anything, or because I don't know, but I'm just going by what I feel, what I'm picking up, and others are probably go by what you're feeling. If you feel none of it, some are scared because they don't want their cover to be blown. Some here are saying they're spiritual, but there's something there that they're hiding. They're not so spiritual after all. Well, they are, but not real good. There's some of that out there, or maybe there's a lot of it. There's some, yeah, because when, you know, of course that won't be instant, you know, but down the road it will. We see, oh, but you're this and that, but you're trying to slow down the ascension and to help us. Put it that way, they do exist. They are here for sure. So I've run into them here and there. So, but I believe we're going into an awareness unlike anything we've ever experienced. You can say it's part of the event, but I don't like using that word. But little by little, we are expanding our awareness here. It's great. It's not easy. Far from it. It's not supposed to be easy. But we are going into why we're here. Doesn't mean when they show up. Well, when they show up, you might have an idea. You might. So, alright. We're going to keep it short tonight. So, blessings to everyone. Thanks for being part of this. And love and light to you all in your soul expansion. And there's nothing to worry about. I mean, you know, day-to-day life obviously is not the easiest. As you become more aware, it becomes easy and not so easy in some areas. But yeah, challenges as we, because some beings don't want us to awaken. They want us to go further. But just keep going forward the best you can. So, alright, much love everyone. Take care. And see you tomorrow. Much love.